What up, guys? Rubin here. Do you have an upcoming situation or event that's causing you a lot of stress? You are constantly worrying about it and anticipating what's going to happen. Now, in this video, I want to give you a few tips that'll calm your anxieties and help you enter that situation fearlessly. All right, guys. So the thing that helped me here, if I had a stressful gathering or a stressful work meeting coming up, it could have been a social situation. For the days before that, I would become extremely stressed. And one of the things that I needed to be aware of was a reframe of what was happening in my body. So sometimes it's a good reframe to think of. Instead of thinking that you're anxious, you can think of it as a body activation. Your body is going into a heightened state because it is preparing you for something that you need to do. So if you watch my videos, the body is far more intelligent than your mind. It is never wrong. And if it's preparing you for something, it's because it's doing its job. So you don't have to think that you're highly anxious. You could start to think of it as your body's being activated and it's preparing for what you need to do. It's doing its job, and appreciate it. Appreciate that body activation. The reason that I say it's a body activation is because your body needs a little bit of stress for you to perform at your ideal level. And I want to show you this chart here, okay? And I want to exemplify this, and I want to demonstrate, and I want to show you this diagram, this chart here. So I want to show you this diagram, this chart here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so what you will notice is this is a diagram for optimal performance range. And I don't want you to think as this as you're going to some event to perform. Your optimal performance range, this is called flow state in sports psychology. And what this is you are completely balanced and flowing. You're in the moment. You don't have the ruminating thoughts. You're just being yourself. You are in expansion mode. You're just flowing. You're just being. And so this optimal performance range. On the left is you will see there is your performance level. And then on the bottom is your emotional arousal level. So that's your fear, your worry, all of that type of stuff. And you will notice that as you get more aroused, there's a peak. There's a peak to the curve. And that's sitting at about the 6 on the bottom. And what that means is you need a little bit of emotion to perform your best, or for you to be in the moment, present. You need your emotions. Now, you cannot be completely numbed out. You need to be informed by your emotions. Now, you will see as you go towards the left side, your performance will drop. So your ability to be present will drop. And you will see that as you move over to the 1 on the emotional arousal, you won't be present at all. You will be numbed out. That's almost like you're in a dissociated state. You're just not present. You're kind of checked out in your head. Now, if you go over to the right, to the 10, you will notice that it also drops because that's too much stimulation. That's like when you're freaking out, you're in complete panic, complete terror. Your ability to be present, or your performance range, also goes down onto the right. So you want to be right in the middle, the flow state, the being state, that optimal range. And so how do you get to the middle state? We call this regulating your emotions. Regulating means you're not going too low, not being just checked out and not present, not going too high and freaking out, but in the middle. Right? The name of the game is presence here. Staying present, guys. Staying present, being, expanding. Now, one of the things that you can do, so when you go into these situations, how do you regulate your emotional state? The thing that you need to stay away from is worrying about too many things at once. What I'm going to say, how I'm going to make a good impression, will they accept me? All of these different thoughts. The key strategy that you can use here that'll really help you is called your ABCs. What are your ABCs? And what that means is you only pay attention to 3 key things. 3 key things, and at the beginning of these events. So going to the events, you're focused on executing 3 things. For me, the 3 things were, right, ABC. Breathing. All I did was focus on my breath, breathing, staying in my body. I had grounding techniques to keep me in my body. And then I had 3 was an intentionality to connect. Breathing, body work, intentionality to connect with the people. And maybe it's a work meeting. So your intentionality, it might not be to connect. It might be to really drive home a certain point that you want to make or a certain presentation that you want to do. But the main driver of it is just one thing that you need to keep in mind. Now, this is going to change everything because it alleviates that ruminating worry about all the things that could go wrong. So there's a saying, don't worry about what's out of your control. And that's what this mindset does. Your ABCs. If you go into these stressful situations and you only focus on your ABCs. So if I focused on my breathing, my body work, and my intentionality, eventually the emotions, what that does is it was regulating my emotions. And then after that early stressful onset, I would hit the flow state. I hit the flow state, and then from there, everything took care of itself, and it was easy. So guys, don't worry about too many things when you're going into these stressful situations. Know your ABCs, write them down, and when you enter these situations, hit those ABCs. That's your focus. Once you do that, your emotions will regulate, you'll hit that flow state, and you will just flow like you're meant to. You have those natural skills within you. It's just a matter of accessing it. So guys, I hope these tips help you go into those stressful situations, and I hope they allow you to experience more, maybe get out of your comfort zone a little more, and experience life a little bit more. So if you found the video helpful, I have a private Facebook group. It's linked below the video. You can join the group. It's got videos, articles, resources just like this that's going to completely shift your mind and help you just crush this thing. So thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. All right, later guys.